Ek kan nie, Groot FM 90.5, 8 minute oor 7. Nou op 'n stadium kon 'n mens nie sonder om bietjie Mean Mr. Mustard op die radio te speel nie, en hulle was bietjie weg vir so rukkie. Hy haters is wat die musikante dit noem. Maar saam met ons in die ateljee, die man homself, Mark Beling. Mark, how are you, sir?
Hello.
Hello, Nina. Hello, Doepie. I'm very good, thank you. Nice and early morning drive from Krugersdorp. It was quite rough. The morning traffic. I never knew it was so hectic between Pretoria and Krugersdorp.
Yeah,
Like this time in the morning.
A lot of people from Krugersdorp coming this side, eh?
Yes, I can see that.
Listen, it's so nice having you here, and unfortunately, I've had a very longish radio career so far, but I've never had the opportunity to speak to you and interview you before.
I was never one of the, even like when we used to be going flat out and before I took a hiatus, I was never really keen on doing, not for the sake of being weird or anything, but just interviews and stuff. I'm very shy, so I let Garth, who is sadly now passed away, he used to take care of all of that. He used to, I always just stay in the background. That's where I preferred. That's why I moved into producing, more production side of things, and that's where I've been for the past, since 2009.
Wow.
Eventually a friend of mine and a non-profit that I work with called RADA, JP said to me, listen, why don't you just get the band back together now? So we got the original guys, the original guys, the Eastern Cape boys that we got together back in 1998. So it's the original clan together again, new stuff. Yeah, it's exciting.
So how does it feel being back together after all this time, especially with the originals?
I've always it's from a writing perspective, I've always been writing with artists that I record. So that feels natural, and I've always kept playing all the time.
Yeah.
Normally just my small cover gigs and stuff like that, but that's what I love doing, and that's what I miss doing when you just have to do original stuff, because you're basically doing the same stuff over and over. That's why when I look at like the legacy bands like the Rolling Stones and Bryan Adams, I put him up, he must want to shoot himself when he's got to sing Summer 69.
Again and again.
Yeah, but what do you think? It's going to be like, it's like non-stop. You got to do the hits.
People come for the hits.
Yeah, especially at this point of his career. I mean, he's got to do like all the early stuff, and he's going to do the new stuff too. But you get into that, when you're an original artist, you have to play just that stuff. And when we start out in music, I don't know how other musicians feel, but I loved playing songs that I loved listening to, and what got me into music, and I enjoy performing those at my cover gigs, and Mean Mr. Mustard, its own thing now. We used to kind of be half covers, half originals back in the day when we used to play around, but now it's just going to be original.
Okay.
Like that's that side of it. I've got different fingers in different things.
Yeah. Well, I think in our industry you've got to. Also, whether it's acting, music, in the performing industry, you've got to have your fingers in all the pies, eh?
Yeah. This industry is so volatile, and it's so small, and you just have to diversify as much as possible.
But it is amazing that you can also do all of those things and do them well, the producing, the covers, and then now again the originals, which is also nice, I think, to push yourself, isn't it?
It definitely is. And I was always envious of recording some of my artists and then seeing, I basically lived myself through them, because it's so nice to see when they start taking off, and just to live every one of those initial birthing experiences from a musical point of view, to have it come again. So I have it a lot. I have that feeling, like that first time. But it's and it's funny when you're younger, in your 20s, you don't appreciate a lot of things. You think it's going to be there for a long time, and it's going to be there forever. And you soon realize that, okay, maybe this isn't what I want exactly this way, because you always have a different perspective of what this industry is about. Most of it's smoke and mirrors, as we all know. as in all the arts. It's all just perception. And now, at this time, or at this point in my career and age, I think it's just, I want to appreciate, I want to feel every single little thing. You know, when we used to perform and do some of the big opening acts for like Bryan Adams, and you know, when you get to see them backstage and all this kind of stuff, and I never took those moments in at all.
Really?
I was just, it was like, yes, see, you know, like, but I suppose there was a lot of irritations to that point because it was kind of just before I left, and I never even took back. There weren't like, okay, there were cell phones, but
Nokia 3310, you couldn't take a photo.
Yeah, you can take as many pictures as. But a lot of my other mates have got like they documented everything, and luckily Hilton, who's still part of the band, he's got like archives and archives of all the great moments, which I wish I could have just experienced. But I suppose that time when you go through certain periods of your musical career, you're not gonna be in the zone all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
You're gonna feel
it's also
burnt out.
life.
Yeah, it's
life
life.
happens. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
And especially when kids come into your life, and then you don't
get sleep.
That is one of the early catalysts of, I think, just lack of sleep, and then irritation comes with that, and then you tend to not get on with your band members as well as you were before you had that insomnia.
Well,
And,
Mark, just hold on there before you and Nina get too philosophical here on, the performing arts and all of that. We need to come back and speak to you about the new music and all of that. We just need to go to traffic quickly. Sammy. Met Heaven is Groot FM 90.5. 21 minute oor 7. Saam met ons in die ateljee vandag. Mark Beling, Mean Mr. Mustard. So, Mark, I do have a question. I have a very serious question.
Yes, sir.
Seeing that I've never been able to interview you, today is the day. Were you guys playing Cluedo when you came up with the name Mean Mr. Mustard?
Definitely not.
Was it like Colonel Mustard with a candlestick in the lounge?
No, I didn't even know the game Cluedo.
You don't know
I've got
it?
no clue. No.
You've got no clue.
Clue about Cluedo. No.
So where did that come from? Mean Mr. Mustard.
That was when we first started out in the Eastern Cape. We were called Casual Culture. So when we moved up in '95, we got signed to David Gresham Records, and they said, "Okay, we've got to do a bit of a name change." And then we were sitting at our management office, and they had this Beatles book, and we were all fans of the Beatles. I mean, most musos are. And there was one of John Lennon's cat was called Mean Mr. Mustard. And they wrote a song. And the Beatles actually have a song called Mean Mr. Mustard as well. And so we thought, okay, that's going to be quite a mouthful, but we're going to go with it anyway. And it managed to kind of, I don't know how it stuck because it is a mouthful, but we're lucky it did take. So.
Yeah, it stuck quite hard. I mean, because if I think about the late 90s, early 2000s, you guys were in very high rotation on radio and everywhere, so it worked.
Yeah, it did work. Yeah, we had a good record company, I think, pushing us. Gresham they're good for local, for the English stuff,
Listen, but I've got a few of my own favorite Mean Mr. Mustard songs. I mean, everybody knows Build Me a Buttercup, that was the big one. Every time somebody hears Mean Mr. Mustard, play Build Me a Buttercup.
Yep.
But are you sick of that one?
I was sick of it before we even recorded it. It's played all the time.
But one of my favorites is Secret Places.
Oh, yes.
I've always really enjoyed that song. And you brought your guitar today, so would you mind giving us a bit of a stripped down version of that?
Absolutely, yeah. This was one of those 5-minute songs. You get those songs that you just fly out of your mouth.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Okay, do I just go whenever?
You
go
can
for it.
Go.
Okay, here we go. Broken down version, folks. A bad place, I've got to get away. So I'm going on a holiday. I'm tired of a sad face, staring through these eyes so pale. Losing religion, pale. Let's live a fantasy in secret places. My bad dreams, please make them go away. Make sure they don't come back again, back again, back again. Make sure they don't come back to haunt me. I'm choosing religion, haunt me. I wanna run away, I wanna take it to the secret places. Come hide away with me. Let's live a fantasy in secret places. Run away, out of way. I wanna let you go. We'll take it nice and slow. I wanna let you know. Please, won't you set me free? Now in my kids fit you be. I will always wanna hurt so. To these secret places. Come hide away with me. We'll live a fantasy in secret places. Oh.
Dames en heren, Mark Beling, Secret Places, me and Mr. Mustard. It's Groot FM 90.5.
So, from the nostalgic to the new, and a brand new single. I don't even think it's played on Groot FM. We were waiting for you to come.
I didn't know it's been played anywhere. I thought you guys might be the first.
So it's called Teardrops in a Hurricane. Can you tell us about it, the feel,
Absolutely.
Where it comes from?
It was written about, when we were like in our teens and first have our first girlfriends or crushes, I'd say, because there was no weren't allowed to have girlfriends back in those days. It wasn't a thing like today. But and being on holiday and you're out of town and you kind of you just meet somebody and they just have they have a massive impression on you as a young man or girl. And this song is it's written about one of those early holiday romances. There wasn't never really a romance, but it was.
There was hardly kissing involved. Maybe
no, there wasn't even not even hands. It was. It was like completely just mainly in your head,
Very, very PG.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of these are a lot of conjured thoughts, of back in my 16, 17-year-old days.
Mark, but listen, we're going to play out with that now. Teardrops in a Hurricane, and it's just absolutely wonderful having you guys back together, making music, seeing me and Mr. Mustard back on the scene, especially for people me and Nina's age.
Thank you so much
it's
for
so
having me,
nostalgic, and we absolutely loved having you. So thank you for making your way through from Krugersdorp.
No, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It's really so great to be here. Thank you for having me. I would have not given this up for anything.
Oh, well, we appreciate it. Hier is die splinter nuwe enetjie van me and Mr. Mustard band by mekaar, die nuwe enkelsnit Teardrops in a Hurricane.